Okay, so once again, we're in the book of St. Luke, chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 22, and it reads. Now, this is in red letter once again, right? This is Hamashiach, the Christ of Nazareth, saying, the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and chief priests and scribes and be slain and be raised on the third day. Verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Take up his cross, what? Daily and follow me, meaning take things day by day, man, right? And your cross is your reapproach from the world for keeping the law, statutes, the commandments of the Most High. Of course, you're going to come against people that says, oh, you don't have to keep the Sabbath, you don't have to keep the dietary law. The Most High made all things good, right? Everything that you eat is good, okay? But if you really have discernment and knowledge and wisdom of that saying, all food that the Most High made is good. He didn't say everything that you're capable of eating is good. Because if you look up the definition of food, food is supposed to be nourishment for your body. It's supposed to be a building of the bones of your body, right? It's supposed to give you strength. Okay, it's supposed to help you grow. That's what food does, all right? Not just any and everything that you put in your body, right? You can eat a skunk. Is that skunk going to be beneficial to you? You can eat a raccoon. You can eat a snake. You can eat an alligator. You can eat swine, which is the worst of all, okay? Is that going to be beneficial to you or detrimental? All right, so you got to think about what you call food. All right, the Most High said all food is made with thanksgiving, not everything that you put in your mouth, man. Right? Let him or her deny himself or herself and take up his or her cross daily and follow me. Verse 24. For whosoever will save his or her life shall lose it. Okay, so if you're trying to save your life by storing up food in your storage house, you're going to lose it, man. All right, people going to come up in there, they're going to run up in your house and kill you for it, right? But whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall save it. Okay, but it's written here, the same shall save it. Okay, so if you lose your life, that doesn't mean literally, it's sort of a metaphor. Like if you lose your life to the world, like you used to be a worldly person, you used to be going to clubs, you used to be partying, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with a little gathering. Okay, you can have a little get together with your peoples that you love, right? The ones who's like-minded of you, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But we're talking about in the sense of you being worldly, right? Used to be out there drinking and smoking, right? I can contest to that, right? Used to be out there cars speeding up and down the road, getting speed tickets, right? Running into this and that girl's house, no matter if they got a man or not, no matter if they're married or not, right? When you was in the world, basically, okay? You was a part of a gang, okay? Gang banging, throwing up gang signs or whatever. And which I can contest to that too. I had my little posse when I was, in my younger days, right? And I still know all of these people to this day, but I don't do the things that I used to do, right? I'm a repentant, okay? But I still know them. I'm still friends with them to this day. There's no love lost. It's just that I chose to serve the Most High, right? I chose a different path, right? Because I seen that the path that I was in was leading to destruction, right? Who knows where I would have been 10 years from now, right? 5 years from now, dating back, okay? I probably wouldn't even be here right now doing this video with you guys if I haven't chose that different path, man, right? Because I can account for numerous situations where I couldn't have been here, right? But by the grace of the Most High, you know what I'm saying? He preserved my life because he had a better plan for me, right? In which this right here this is a part of that plan, right? Verse 24 again from the top. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose it for my sake, which is Christ, the same shall save it. Verse 25. For what is a man advantage if he gained the whole world, okay, the possessions of this world, right? Taking out all of the cautions, all of the red flags, all of the blackballing, all of the blacklisting, right? You gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away, meaning that you're going to be dead. You're going to be cast away. You're going to be killed, right? So what does it mean to gain everything and then you die and lose it all, and then it's going to go to the next person, all right? Just like this woman singer, I ain't going to call her name. I ain't going to put her on blast, but she was a very, very famous classical singer, right? She died, you know, she didn't have no one to give that money to, and all of that money just went to whoever owned her rights, her publishing, everything that she ever known, her establishment, whatever she owned, everything went to everyone who was running the companies that she was involved in, man. And she had over $80 million, right? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But even the book of Sirach says, you got to distribute whatever you have to the poor and the less fortunate before you pass, man. It doesn't necessarily mean your family. It can mean anyone, right? Anyone who you have an interest yourself in giving this money to. Even though the book of Sirach also said gives to the godly, man. That's what you should be doing. You should be giving to the godly people who's keeping the law, statute, commandment to the Most High. But you're supposed to distribute those riches to people who are in need, man. That's actually doing the tithing. That's the real definition of tithing, which is helping the poor. Okay, no matter if it's with materialistic things or money, right? That's your real tithing, man. Right? That's why the scripture says you are cursed with a curse in the book of Malachi, because you're not giving the tithing. Your tithing is still within your houses, man. That money is still in your bank account when you died. Okay, that food is still up in your storage when you got killed. Right? You haven't helped the needy and the poor, man. Right? So you're going to be cursed with a curse, and you're going to be cast into hell when you die. Right? So that's the reason why Hamashiach says this here, man. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself, okay, or be cast away into hell? Okay, to lose yourself is to die, and to cast away is to be thrown into hell, man. Right? Verse 26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, which is these scriptures here, right? Of him shall the Son of Man, which is Hamashiach, be ashamed. And when he shall come in his glory, in his own glory, during the second coming, right? And in his Father's, which is the Most High Power, the God of heaven, the God of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Seminole Indians of Negroid descent, and of the holy angels, which is the messengers, man, right? Verse 27. But I tell you of a truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death, meaning the pain of death, right? We're not going to be murdered. We're not going to be killed, right? Till they see the kingdom of the Most High Power, which is Shamayim, heaven, eternal rest, paradise, right? So you got the ones who's truly serving and seeking the Most High. That's our faith, man. We don't want to taste in death. We don't want to die to death. We don't want to die the pain of death, being stabbed, being shot 10, 20, 50 times, right? Stabbed repeatedly, drowning, okay? Being decapitated in a bad car accident, okay? Having something fall on us like a rock, a big rock or a huge boulder or something from a cliff or a mountain or top of a house. A porcelain statue from a building dropping on your head. All of this stuff happens to people, man. Right? Just recently, I saw in a report that a power line fell on a girl, and she lost her leg. Right? They couldn't even reattach her leg. She lost it, man. Things like this happen. I remember reading a story of a man and his wife and his two children just driving down the highway, just like a regular day as usual. And a darn tree falls on them on the highway and crushed the car and killed everybody in the car, right? You driving on the highway, right? That was an orchestrated death of the Most High, man, in judgment, right? How can you be driving down the highway, probably doing like 60, 70 miles an hour, and a tree hit you precisely, right on point, boom, kill you, your wife, and your children, right? So things like this, you have to take things like this in consideration. right? You could be bitten by a raccoon, a rabid raccoon, or a rabid dog. And they say if you don't go to the emergency room within 2 hours, that's it. Those rabies is going to overcome you. It ain't nothing they can do. You're just going to have to just die that horrible death, right? So stuff like this happens, man. This is what we have to take in consideration, man, right? Verse 27 again from the top. But I tell you of a truth, that there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of the most high power, man, right? So that's our faith, man. Let's jump to chapter 12, still in the book of St. Luke. And I'm going to start at verse 13. And it reads, And one company, Slakia, and one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. So this, like I was saying, some people have to divide that inheritance before they die. So if the people that you left behind you, the ones that precedes you, they don't have to fuss and fight and argue over your inheritance to see who gets what, right? So this is the reason why wills are made, right? Verse 13 again from the top. And one of the company said unto him, Master, okay, who's he speaking to? Christ. He's our master. He's our Lord. Okay, that's the definition of Lord. Our king, our ruler over us, right? Our master. Speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he, which is Hamashiach, said unto him, written in red letter, Man, who made me a judge or divider over you? All right, so this is Hamashiach humbling himself, right? Verse 15. And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, okay? For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth, okay? Which is the storing of your storage houses, all right? Your garages with all of this food that you don't even need for that day in particular, right? Verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful, all right? Or plentifully, as it's written here, right? Just to get it correct, right? But you get the point, plentiful or plentifully. Verse 17. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? Verse 18. And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, meaning he's going to build a bigger barn, right? And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. Verse 19, which is the point, right? And I will say to my soul, which is the body, right? Thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Okay, so this is what the people think, man, when they telling you to store up all of this extra food, because all hell is about to break loose, right? Continuation, verse 19. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. Verse 20. But the Most High Power said unto him or her, Thou fool, okay, thou fool, thou sottish boy, you, la raka, so to speak, right? This night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? Okay, so this is what the Most High is saying through Christ. This is what Hamashiach is going to say to those people, man. This is what the Most High is going to say. Okay, you stored up all of this stuff, right? You got all of this food stored up in your barn, all of this food stored up in your garage, your trunk, your storage rooms, the back room in your house. But you died the same night that you completed all of that. The Most High required your soul, man, or the next day. Or you got a group of hungry people that haven't eaten in days, weeks, coming to your house because they know that you have all of this stuff stored up, knocked you over, shot you, stabbed you, and took all of what you had, man, right? So this is why Hamashiach says this right here, verse 20 again from the top. But the Most High Power said unto him or her, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? All right. So this is what you have to think about, man. Verse 21. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards who? The Most High. So how do you come rich be towards the Most High? Doing what I'm doing right now. Exactly, right? Or if you're a part of a camp, you're out on the streets, street teaching, right? If you're a part of a good camp that's spreading the truth, okay? Because you got a lot of camps out there, they're spreading false doctrine, man. They're not really solely living in the truth, man, right? So you have to take heed to what they're teaching too, right? There's a lot of false doctrine going on out there, man. That's why the Most High says, study to show thyself approved, man, through Paul. Okay, you have to know these scriptures for yourself. Okay, do your due diligence, man. Do your studies. Do your Googles, so to speak, right? So that's what it's all about, man. Right? You can't solely rely on your camp leaders and your elders of the camp to fully tell you the truth, man. Right? Because you have a lot of covetous people out here. Not only over possessions, but over people. They want to rule over you. Okay, they want to master manipulate you to do their will and their bidding. Okay, so that's the reason why you have to study to show thyself approved, man. Know the scriptures. Ask the Most High for the wisdom, knowledge, and discernment of these scriptures, man. This, as it says in the book of James, he gives to everyone freely, okay, liberally. All right, it's not like he's dealing with one person more than he's dealing with the other. If both people come to him with all truth, faith, and sincerity and ask him for the knowledge and the wisdom of these scriptures, man, he's going to give it to you. And then on top of that, he'll probably exalt you more than your camp leader, man. Right? So you got to think about that, man. Right? Verse 21 again from the top. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards the Most High power. Right? Verse 22. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what shall ye eat, neither for the body, what ye shall put on. Verse 23. The life, okay, which is your life, all right? Every single day that you have breath in your lungs, man. Every single day that your mind is operating accordingly, all right? Take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment, man, all right? So let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 32, and I'm going to end it there. And I'm going to start at verse 5, and it reads, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Most High power, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Salah. Verse 6. For this shall everyone that is godly, okay, pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found, okay, which is now. We're still in a time of grace and repentance, okay? So this is what we should be doing. We should be coming back to our one true power, man. You know, not Allah and the Muhammad and the image of the beast and Chrislam, okay? Islam and so-called Christianity mixed, which is churchianity, all right? Not Roman Catholicism worshiping Virgin Mary or Hail Mary, so to speak. Not worshiping Buddha, okay? Practicing yoga. Not in Hinduism, worshiping Krishna, Madhava, and Shiva. Okay, come out of those sororities and fraternities, man. Those secret societies doing the bidding of the devil, which is Lucifer. All right? So this is what we got to do, man. As it says here. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee in a time that thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto me, meaning the lies, the slanders of the floods that the so-called two-thirds of your nation is going to give you. All right, even Slakia, you even have people in this faith, okay, who claim to be walking in the ways of the Most High, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but they're still slandering and lying on other people that's in the faith, man, just to make themselves look good, okay, saying that they want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, but stick to themselves, right? They're not even really properly doing all of the law, statutes, and commandments, not properly keeping the Sabbath, not wearing their fringes, okay, not rehearsing the righteous acts, all right? They're loving the enemy, right? Talking about the heathens can make it into eternal rest and reign with us, man. They love the heathens more than they love their own people in the faith, man. All right? Those are your fraudulent, sinful people, man. Right? So that's the floods, right? Surely in the floods of great waters, they shall not come near unto thee. Verse 7. Thou art my hiding place. Okay? The Most High is your hiding place, man. Not your house that's going to be loaded with food that you stored up in it, man, right? Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Salah. Verse 8. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. Okay. I will guide thee with my eye. All right. This is what the Most High is saying. He's going to guide you with his truth, his wisdom, his knowledge. All right. Not your own vain philosophy and ideology, man. Right. Verse 9. Be ye not as the horse, or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with a bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Verse 10. Many sorrows shall be unto the wicked, but he that what? That trusteth in the Most High power, all right, mercy shall compass him about. Verse 11. Be glad in the Most High power and rejoice, what? Ye righteous, all right? Who's the righteous? The ones that's keeping the laws, statutes, the commandments of the Most High, the hopeful 1/3 elect, the ones who's actually doing the work of the Most High, right? Spreading the truth however they can, through social media, through making videos, passing out flyers, joining camps of like-mindedness that's spreading truth, all right? Verse 11 again. Be glad in the Lord with Most High power and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that what are upright in the heart, which is your mind, man. Okay, so if you're keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High and following his ways and believing and following his one and only true son, Hamashiach, the real authentic Christ of Nazareth, the black Christ. We ain't talking about Caesarea Borgia, which is the image of Lucifer in religious churchianity, man, right? So you're the ones that should be rejoicing, man, if you're of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent only, man. If you're of the hopeful 1/3 elect who's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you don't have to worry about stacking up your garage and your storage bins with all of this food, all of this water, all of these canned goods that you're going to get knocked over the head for and robbed for and killed, and working extra overtime hours for the man, your oppressor on a job that's going to be taken in taxes anyway. All right? You just got to believe in the Most High that he will provide. Just keep doing his work, keeping his law, statutes, commandments, and you're going to see the fruits, man. All right? So once again, I'm going to close this here. This is your brother Yahweh Yasharaf and the Sea Swords of Israel, the Rocks of Abint, and also the ambassadors for righteousness, the restorers of paths, and the repairers of the breach, and the advocates for Christ, dropping you another video. Till the next time I say, peace out, shalom.